Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into something really quite remarkable from OpenAI, their new GPT Real Time and an improved real time API. Seriously, forget what you thought you knew about talking to AI because, well, this isn't just another small update. It feels like a monumental leap, like a fundamental rethink of how AI interacts with us, the promise, making those conversations feel incredibly natural, super efficient, and just, intuitive. So, our mission today is simple: give you the shortcut to getting up to speed on this. It feels pretty pivotal for AI. We'll dig into what makes it groundbreaking, what it can actually do, and what it means for, well, everything from customer service bots to the AI assistants you might use every day. Let's unpack this. What's the big deal here? Why is this so significant?
Well, what's truly exciting, I think, is how this development really flips the script on how conversational AI has been built, up until now. For years, we've been dealing with these separate systems, right? All bolted together, each doing one specific job. But GPT Real Time, it signals a shift to a single unified model. And this isn't just a tiny tweak, it's a fundamental change in the architecture. And that change unlocks some genuinely remarkable capabilities. Think of it like going from a patchwork quilt to a single woven fabric. That integration, it makes all the difference.
That's a really important distinction
Yeah,
because, yeah, traditionally when you talk to an AI behind the scenes, it's kind of like a relay race, isn't it? Your voice gets turned into text by one system, then that text goes off to a language model to figure out what you want and write a reply. And then that text reply gets turned back into speech. You can hear it's a whole chain of models. Each step adds delay, adds potential points where things can go wrong. So, how does this new unified speech to speech approach actually change that whole process?
it's a complete game changer, really. We're moving from that segmented, multi-step way of doing things to one single holistic system. OpenAI's GPT Real Time. It's this unified speech-to-speech model. It doesn't just process text, it natively understands and produces audio. So forget the relay race. Imagine the AI is just listening to your voice directly and speaking right back to you, all in one smooth flow. And this direct audio understanding, it's revolutionary for a few key reasons.
Okay, like what?
First off, the most immediate thing you'd notice is speed. It's just significantly faster. By cutting out those middle steps, the transcription, the text-to-speech conversion, the latency, that delay, it just drops dramatically. So conversations feel genuinely real time. No more of those awkward pauses that just kill the natural flow.
Right, that makes sense.
But maybe even more profound is that because it's understanding audio natively, the AI can now pick up on nonverbal cues. We're not just talking about the words you say, but how you say them. Imagine an AI noticing you sighing in frustration, or maybe laughing, or even just a slight hesitation in your voice. These subtle things, they add this layer of empathy, of naturalness, that was basically impossible before. It's not just crunching data, it's interpreting emotional context. And that has huge implications for building trust, building rapport, especially in areas like, say, customer support, or maybe even mental health check-ins down the line.
So it's moving beyond just language processing into emotional interpretation. That
Right.
feels like a massive shift. And I guess that native audio understanding also means the AI's own voice, the output, sounds more human, more emotional range.
Absolutely. The output voice isn't just, clear. It carries a much more natural emotional range, makes interactions feel less robotic, more engaging. It can convey excitement or concern or reassurance in a way that actually resonates. And then there's the truly impressive multilingual support, seamlessly, even mid-sentence. The model can switch languages on the fly, doesn't miss a beat, adapts instantly. It can even weave different languages into one single response. It's not just translating, it's truly understanding and communicating across languages in real time.
Okay, that real-time multilingual bit plus the emotion, that's genuinely mind-blowing. And OpenAI really hammered home the impact with some pretty incredible demos. For you listening, try to picture this. There was an emotional expression demo, an AI role-playing losing a winning lottery ticket and then finding it again moments later. And you could hear it. Real sounding sadness, and then this incredible burst of excitement. The voice inflection was amazing. It wasn't just flatly saying, I'm sad or I'm happy. You could feel the disappointment shift to relief and joy.
Yeah, that one was powerful.
And then the multilingual poetry demo, it made up a short poem that just flowed between English, Spanish, and Japanese fluently. It wasn't just swapping words, it was weaving them into something coherent, poetic. So how does this level of expression, this linguistic flexibility, actually translate into the real world, beyond just cool tech demos?
Well, if you connect these demos to the bigger picture, you see they're much more than just parlor tricks, right? They signal this profound evolution in AI's ability to communicate with, well, human-like nuance. Think about the implications. An AI that can respond to your frustration with actual empathy, or one that can seamlessly explain complex stuff in multiple languages to, say, a diverse global customer base. It really broadens the scope of what AI can do in roles that interact directly with people.
Right.
And it wasn't just about the flair. The demos also showed off some serious, enterprise-grade capabilities. Take
Yeah.
the instruction-following demo. It showed the model sticking to strict rules set by developers. For example, it wouldn't process refunds over $10, even when the user tried to push it. That demonstrates reliability, which is absolutely critical for businesses. Policy adherence is key. It shows the AI acts consistently, stays within bounds, even under pressure. That builds a lot of trust for deployment.
That's a huge selling point for businesses, yeah. Knowing that AI won't just, bend the rules. But the image input demo, for me, that's where it gets really interesting. For the first time, this API can analyze images in real time alongside the voice. So the AI isn't just hearing you, it's seeing what you're seeing right then and there. Can you paint a picture of that demo? Because it adds this whole new multimodal dimension.
Oh, the image input demo was incredibly compelling. Yeah. Imagine a parent talking about their kid playing in the living room. As the parent speaks, the model is processing their voice and seeing a live image feed from their phone or device. In the demo, the AI described the child standing on a unicorn toy. Yeah. But it also noted other things, like toys scattered around, environmental details. And then it went a step further. It actually offered safety advice to the parent, pointed out potential hazards.
Wow.
So this goes way beyond just recognizing objects. It's about understanding the context of a visual scene, combining that visual understanding with the conversation to offer proactive, smart help. Think about the possibilities. Troubleshooting a broken gadget by showing the AI the problem, getting real-time DIY instructions visually guided, or maybe helping visually impaired people navigate with spoken descriptions of their surroundings. It just puts a level of awareness to the AI that was totally missing before. Makes it a much more capable, perceptive assistant.
That is incredible. So the AI isn't just hearing and speaking, but seeing and reasoning too, which means hopefully no more trying to spell out some long product code letter by letter over the phone, or trying to explain a complex visual problem without being able to show it. So how do they actually pull this off? What's the magic behind the curtain?
The engineering, it really comes down to big steps forward in training and the model architecture itself. Sure, it was trained on massive amounts of high-quality voice data. But crucially, they combine that with reinforcement learning. That's key to enhancing the naturalness, the responsiveness. Think about teaching a kid to ride a bike. They learn by doing, falling off, adjusting. Reinforcement learning is a bit like that. The AI practices sounding human, gets feedback on how natural it sounds, and refines its output over and over. It learns to be more human-like, not just grammatically correct, but emotionally resonant.
Okay, so it learns through trial and error, essentially.
Exactly. And this sophisticated training unlocks a bunch of new abilities, like dynamically adjusting its pace, its tone, the style of its voice on the fly to match the conversation. It allows for that sophisticated role-playing we saw, like with the lottery ticket demo, adopting different emotional tones. And very importantly, it has much improved function calling, which means the AI makes smarter calls about when and how to use external tools or APIs to actually get things done in the real world. It's not just talking about solutions. It knows when to reach out and use its tools to actually solve your problem.
So it's learning to sound more like us, and it's getting smarter about taking action. You mentioned concrete data before. Are there benchmarks, numbers to back up these technical leaps?
Yes, and the data looks pretty compelling. Benchmarks show a significant 30% accuracy boost in multi-turn instruction following tests. That's where the AI has to track complex sequences of requests over a longer conversation. Think about booking a complicated trip with lots of specific requests. And it also boasts 66% accuracy in complex function calling situations. Previously, AI might stumble knowing exactly when to grab specific data or trigger an action somewhere else. These improvements mean it's just far more reliable, more effective at handling those complex real-world tasks.
Right, but what about messiness? Real-world conversations aren't perfect.
That raises a really important question, yeah. How robust is it with messy, real-world data? We all know conversations aren't pristine audio recordings. The good news is they paid special attention to handling those tricky, long alphanumeric strings. Product codes, serial numbers, VINs, things that are often a nightmare for older AI systems to get right, especially recalling them accurately. And they also significantly improve performance in noisy or unclear audio. That's crucial. Makes it practical for everyday use, whether you're in a noisy call center, maybe in your car, or just have a bad connection. It makes the AI genuinely resilient when things aren't perfect.
That's a huge step towards making these systems actually usable in the wild, not just in, carefully controlled demos. So, okay, for the people building things, the companies looking to use this, what new capabilities does the improved real-time API itself actually unlock? What can developers do now?
The API now offers this whole suite of expanded capabilities. They directly translate into powerful new applications. Like you said, we've got image inputs alongside voice
Yeah.
that opens up completely new types of multimodal AI assistants. But beyond that, there's EU data residency. That's critical for businesses operating in Europe, right? Helps meet those strict data protection rules.
Compliance is huge, yeah.
Definitely. Developers also get asynchronous function calling for more complex operations. This means the AI can kick off an action, maybe pulling up detailed customer records, without making the user sit there and wait for it to finish. The conversation can just continue smoothly. And then there's SIP telephony support, absolutely crucial for solid phone-based AI use cases. Lets businesses plug this advanced AI right into their existing phone systems. And we're not just talking about making those annoying old IVR menus, press 1 for this, press 2 for that, slightly less bad. This is about completely rethinking them.
That makes total sense. So it fits right into how businesses already handle phone calls, but with way more intelligence. And you mentioned it can do things, not just talk about them. How does that actually work on the developer side?
Right. That's where MCP integration comes in, modular capability plugins. This is what allows the models to take real-time actions using external tools. Think of it like this. If the AI is the brain understanding and talking, MCPs give it arms and legs. It can act on information by connecting to pretty much any external tool a business uses. So if a customer asks for their loyalty points, the AI can actually ping the CRM system, grab that data in real time. Or if they want to reschedule something, the AI can talk directly to the calendar system, find slots, confirm the booking. What's really fascinating here is the combined power of all these things together. Multimodal input, voice and images, robust compliance features, and the AI being able to actually take intelligent actions. This isn't just about having better chats. It's paving the way for truly intelligent automated systems that can understand, reason, and act within complex business environments. It fundamentally transforms operations.
To really bring this home, let's look at that T-Mobile example, a real-world test case. They partnered with OpenAI to pilot this tech specifically for phone upgrades. Now, anyone who's upgraded a phone knows these can be notoriously complex interactions, right? You're juggling device features, plans, trade-ins, compatibility, tons of questions usually. So what actually happened in their pilot? How did it go?
Well, in this pilot, the AI assistant successfully guided a customer through picking a new device. It handled their budget, specific wants like water resistance, even tricky details like satellite service compatibility. It managed a really complex set of needs in just one smooth, natural conversation. This wasn't some rigid script. It was dynamic. It adapted to what the customer said, their questions, in real time, just like a good human agent would.
Impressive. What did T-Mobile themselves say about it?
Yeah, their executives shared some really profound insights. They praised the AI's human-like responsiveness and its ability to follow these diverse customer paths. They called it a random walk of questions. You know how customers don't always ask things in a neat, linear way? The AI kept up, stayed relevant, held the context. They also felt it really aligned with T-Mobile's whole uncarrier philosophy, which, for listeners maybe not familiar, is all about breaking old industry molds, offering more flexibility and value, smashing those trade-offs between, say, quality and cost.
That makes perfect sense. So it wasn't just about efficiency, but delivering a better experience that fit their brand. What was the biggest lesson T-Mobile took away from this whole thing?
This is, I think, a really critical takeaway.
Yeah.
And it applies broadly to any business looking at AI. T-Mobile stressed that AI shouldn't just be used to make small tweaks to old processes, like, making an existing call center script 10% faster. That's not the point. Instead, businesses should use this technology to reimagine workflows entirely. That's a profound shift in mindset.
Okay, say more about that. Reimagining entirely.
Think about it. Instead of asking, how can AI make our current phone upgrade process a bit quicker? T-Mobile's insight is to ask, okay, if AI can understand emotion, see images, speak multiple languages, and take actions in real time,
Yeah.
how would we design the ideal phone upgrade process from scratch right now, today? It means moving beyond just optimizing little steps. It's about fundamentally redesigning how complex interactions work, which should lead to dramatically better results for the business and for the customer. It's about transformation, not just tweaking.
That is a really powerful message.
Yeah.
And it sets the stage perfectly for the bigger picture, right? This isn't just about fiddling with existing systems. It's about the potential to fundamentally transform them. So, looking at the broader implications, this feels like a significant leap towards AI becoming a truly natural conversational partner for all of us, kind of like having an expert in your pocket that gets you, sees what you see, helps you get stuff done. What does this mean for our everyday interactions, for businesses trying to connect with us?
It means AI is evolving into something much more integrated into our lives, I think. The key pillars driving this are becoming clear. Seamless multimodal interaction, that's voice plus image plus action taking, all in one fluid exchange. Then there's rock-solid reliability for deploying this at enterprise scale. Needs to work consistently, day in, day out. And finally, a deep alignment with real customer needs, constantly learning from feedback. This feels like the convergence point where AI stops being just a tool you interact with and starts becoming more like a partner you interact through.
The partner you interact through. That's interesting phrasing.
Yeah, it's not just another incremental upgrade. It's really a catalyst for rebuilding business processes from the ground up, allowing completely new service models, new customer experiences, and just as importantly, it's reshaping our own interactions with technology, making them more intuitive, more efficient, more human-like than ever before. This is where AI really starts to grapple with the messy, nuanced, visually rich world that we actually live in.
What an incredible journey we've just covered. We've explored how OpenAI's GPT Real Time and the improved API are fundamentally changing human AI interaction, merging voice, text, images into this single, super fast, emotionally expressive system. From AI writing multilingual poetry to guiding really complex customer service calls, these advances are making AI genuinely intelligent, empathetic, and capable of real-time action, pushing the boundaries, really.
It definitely raises an important question, doesn't it? As AI becomes this seamless conversational partner, one that can grasp emotions, understand images, take actions in real time, how will you use this expert in your pocket? How will you leverage it to reimagine your own work, streamline your tasks, maybe even just enhance how you learn day to day? What kind of totally new possibilities does this open up in your world, whether you're building the next big thing or just navigating your daily life? Something to think about.